You welcome back to another edition of Sports Update Ghana. And today, the Black Stars of Ghana held their first training session ahead of their game against Madagascar in the 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifiers to be played on Sunday, June 18 in Antananarivo, where the Black Stars will travel from Ghana to go and play Madagascar. Well, in this particular training session that was held at the Accra Sports Stadium by the Black Stars, only 22 out of the 25 players trained. Three players were missing out of action, and in a very short moment, delve in deeper to look at these players who were missing at the Black Stars' first training session, which was held at the Accra Sports Stadium on Monday, June 12, 2023. If you are new here on Sports Update Ghana, I'll encourage you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So now we can delve in deeper and talk about Black Stars players who trained for the first time at the Accra Sports Stadium for their game against Madagascar. The team arrived in the newly branded Black Stars pass and they were in a very good mood. Everything was fine. The supporters were there in their numbers to watch the Black Stars train. Well, we were able to count about 22 players who were actively involved in the training session. They were 23, but one player was exempted from training. So we'll be looking at why this player didn't train as well as why two other players were not at the training session. So let's start with the three players who were not involved with the training session which was held at the Accra Sports Stadium. So the first player who was noticeably absent from the Black Stars training session was Arsenal player Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey was not part of the Black Stars team that arrived at the Accra Sports Stadium to train ahead of the Madagascar match. Many of the Black Stars players arrived in camp on Monday at the Black Stars Hotel at the Alisa Hotel in Accra. Unfortunately, Thomas Partey was not part. What we've gathered is that Thomas Partey will be arriving in camp on Tuesday. Arsenal ended the season about a week ago, but Thomas Partey is yet to arrive in camp. As to what is keeping Thomas Partey from arriving in camp, we don't know yet, but what we've gathered is that the Arsenal midfielder who arrived at the Black Stars camp on Tuesday and has made the technical team of the Black Stars aware of his decision to arrive on Tuesday. So Thomas Partey did not take part in the training session. The second player who was also absent from the Black Stars first training session at the Accra Sports Stadium is Gideon Mensah. Gideon Mensah, who plays for Auxerre in the French league, had a very different case. Now, Gideon Mensah was part of many Black Stars players who arrived in camp on Monday, and unfortunately, he did not take part in the training session which was hosted on Monday. Despite arriving in camp on Monday at the Alisa Hotel, Gideon Mensah did not travel with the Black Stars to the Accra Sports Stadium to take part in the training session. Well, the Ghana Football Association and the Black Stars technical team did not give us any explanation on why Gideon Mensah did not train. He played in his team, Auxerre's last game of the season last week when they played in the French league before their relegation, and it's unfortunate that Gideon Mensah was not part of the first training session at the Accra Sports Stadium. We don't know whether he had other important things to deal with. That is why he was exempted from the training. If Gideon Mensah picked up an injury, well, we would have to know why the player did not take part in the training session. So Thomas Partey and Gideon Mensah did not take part in the training session. Now, the third player in the Black Stars 25-man team who did not take part in the training session is Hafiz Konkoni, the Ghana Premier League player who plays for Bichim United. he got a late call-up to the Black Stars, and he was part of the team that arrived at the Accra Sports Stadium to train. However, when the team started training at the Accra Sports Stadium, Hafiz Kokoni was seen with the team's physio training alone. He was seen running around the pitch with the team physio, but he did not take part in the main training session. He was later seen doing some stretch and all that. So Hafiz Kokoni did not take part of the first day training session with his teammates. He had to train alone. He had a personal training which was different from what the Black Stars were doing. So he didn't even take part in the Blasters workout session, also didn't take part in their 11-a-side football, and also didn't do any kind of ball work on the pitch at all. We only saw Hafiz Kokoni when the team was training, when the team was praying before they started training, and in their final prayer session, that is when Hafiz Kokoni went to join them. Now, the explanation we got is that Hafiz Kokoni, the local Blasters player, did not take part in the first day of training session because he played for Bichim United in their final game of Ghana Premier League match, which was played on Sunday. Now, Hafiz Konkoni got a late call out to the Blasters because he's the 25th player in the Blaster squad, and he got his call up around 9 p.m. That was when the Ghana Football Association put the announcement on their website. Now, Hafiz Kokoni had gone to play the Ghana Premier League final game at Indiana, far away with Bichim United, and had to travel all the way from where Indiana Stars were playing their home game to Accra on Monday and showed up at the team's camp. So after he showed up at the team's camp, so mostly when a player or a team plays a match, the following day you use it as a resting day. So once he played on Sunday, then Monday was supposed to be his resting day. So Hafiz Kokoni did not take part of the training. This is the reasonable explanation I can give on why Hafiz Kokoni did not take part in the Black Stars' first training session. Hopefully on Tuesday, when the Black Stars returns to the Accra Sports Stadium to hold their second training session, the Bichim United player and the only local Blasters player be part of the Blasters training session on Tuesday. Now, in the 23 players that train at the Accra Sports Stadium, we saw the likes of Captain Andre Ayew, Jordan Ayew, Ajax player Mohamed Kudus was also there with his good friend Amaruddin Sulemana. Joseph Pencil was also spotted over there, same as Daniel Amate. We also saw the three goalkeepers Lawrence Atizigi, Jojo Wallacott, and Manaf Nurdin all training over there. It was a very beautiful scene, and the Black Stars players ended it off with a nice, skillful show work after the training session. Also, we also spotted Ransford Yeboah Connex Dofa and we see Ochiri as well as Kasim Nuhu Adams, who were all at the Black Stars first training session. So that was how the training session went down. The Black Stars will return to the Accra Sports Stadium on Tuesday to hold their second training session, and Trust Sports Update Ghana to bring you all the latest update on the Black Stars. More videos from the Black Stars training session will follow. When I'm done with this, I'll bring you Ernest Miyama's training session as well as other things that took place at the Blasters first training session. So please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment.